Well, welcome back to Amka Kenya. The hashtag is Amka Kenya, where you get a headset. As we continue with this conversation, let's have a look at the question of the day. And the question of the day states that, is the government using the protest investigations to settle political scores? Is the government using the protest investigations to settle political scores? The WhatsApp number is 0757725083. We have some feedback coming in. Let's read this from Brian Mwangi, who's in Mombasa. I think there's a bit of both happening. While some investigations might be genuine, the selective nature of arrests and statements suggests an underlying political agenda. That's Brian Mwangi from the coast. Lynette Njeri, who's in Nakuru, says these investigations feel biased. It's like the government is picking and choosing who to punish, mostly those who oppose them, instead of addressing the bigger picture. That's Lynette Njeri in Nakuru. And finally, we have Peter Kimani in Eldoret. He says, yes, the government is clearly weaponizing the investigations. Instead of fostering dialogue and unity, they're deepening divisions for their own political advantage. Keep the feedback coming in. For the interest of those joining us right now, I've been having a discussion with Cyrus Jirongo, former Lugari legislator and a businessman. Cyrus, when you look at the conduct of the police during this recent demonstration, Sabasaba, June 25th, one would argue that's one of the reasons we've gotten to the point we've gotten to as a country, where we hate the president, we don't like the policing authority, and this is one of the reasons we saw Raila Odinga come out immediately after the Sabasaba demonstrations to issue a press, and he said it's time for us to have this discussion. But Kenyans have said, no. Enough with these discussions. We don't want these discussions. Say the country is supposed to move in the same trajectory of denying what Raila Odinga and William Ruto say up until 2027. Where does this leave the two personalities politically?
You talked about the police, the way they behaved.
Yeah.
You talked about Raila and his press statement. The police are just victims.
Mm-hmm.
They are people who are under instructions.
Yeah.
They are people who respect their oath. They are people who are told to respect your senior.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we'll be right in condemning the police.
Yeah.
The whole of this game just rests in the hands of one person. And even Raila coming up with a press conference, it is a bit hollow.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first thing I would have said is I've stopped working with William Ruto.
Yeah.
I thought I would cause some change. But the way it's going, I'm not seeing myself getting anywhere. People might have trusted him a bit. But when you come and say you want intergenerational dialogue, does it mean that we have no idea of what the problem is? What are we dialoguing about?
Could it still be too early for Raila Odinga to say so? Or maybe this is just part of his plan in the long run?
I think as much as it's a plan in the wrong run,
yeah.
He's sufficiently damaged himself. Mm-hmm. With the stand he took. Initially, he would have been understood that the country is breaking apart. He wants to hold it together. But then you don't get into it and there's no change. There was a 10-point agenda. We've not seen any one of it. Yeah. So really, the interpretation is he was just looking for his comfort, mm-hmm. Despite the many people who have died. So when you come out and now claim you want intergenerational dialogue, yeah. To dialogue on what? When the answers to the problem are so obvious, dialogue is required where there is maybe two different philosophies and you want to agree on a middle ground. Mm-hmm. Here, there's no divergence of philosophies. Here, it's barely Kenyan saying, don't overtax us and steal our money. And that money is not expanding the economy to give our children work. The children go home, what their mothers used to give them is no longer available, yeah. Because the pay slip of their parents is empty. Mm-hmm. You are producing graduates, and you are telling them, I'll export you to go to Dubai and be a maid. And that is the best thinking your leader can do. Honestly. So Raila coming in, he's just messing up himself. And now the story people used to say, it is a handshake, not a handshake. It seems to have taken root. And nobody really wants to trust our old man, a person I've voted for so many times. And it is like I was throwing away my vote. Just because of a simple action, not being sensitive to reality. Whatever the consideration, whatever the consideration, honestly, Raila did not have to succumb to this cooperation with William.
It's happened. He's already been in this broad-based government. Whether or not he's going to exit, it's a question of time. If he doesn't exit and gets to 2027, or if he exits, do you think this partnership dents his legacy?
Heavily. And Raila will make a mistake trying to be on the ballot in 2027.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he can redeem himself a great deal by coming out early, saying, no, I've stood it for this for a long time. I've suffered. I've been jailed. No, let us support whoever Kenyans want, and we'll look at the ratings. Whoever is standing highest, we will all support him for the sake of changing. But also, before we just say we are supporting, we want somebody to come up with a clear agenda. What do you want to do with our country? Because this is what we don't look at. What do you want to do with our country? Kenyans tend to vote for emotion other than reason. Kenyans voted for William Ruto for being an expert, crying in church, singing in church, holding the Bible, and then there they are. Can you look at them? You are just saying, Mama Mboga, you bottom up. The economy will come from down, going up. Honestly, give us some economic principles that can be understood. And Kenyans fell for it. So we need, the next leader must give us his agenda clearly. And these issues of voting because somebody can stand and can raise emotions without you sitting down and analyzing and understanding that I'm voting here because I want a better tomorrow has to be stopped. Because we are also to blame. And also, let us learn to listen. I talked about the danger this country is going into. The former President Uhuru talked about it very heavily. And I don't know why you believe Jirongo or Uhuru will just hate somebody. For what? Actually, hatred is a terrible energy. I wouldn't want hatred to come anywhere near me because I have no capacity to hate. Why would I hate?
That's why he actually referenced that. I believe you're in at some function. He said Cyrus feels some type of way because I used to be under him. I used to be Mtuake wa Mkono. So
and that I'm now ahead.
I'm now
Then
ahead.
I laughed. I responded. I said, you know, if there's anybody I can admire to be, I'll admire to be a Mandela. Something reasonable. Would I admire to be a William Ruto? Unless I'm mad. Honestly. You met William Ruto's child on the street, and you met Mandela's grandchild on the street. Who will you attend to? Legacy is not about money. Legacy is about the acts you do that people can remember. Acts to serve humanity.
Okay. 2027 is going to be an extremely emotive election because a big chunk of Kenyans are super pissed off at the current regime. And the disadvantage of that is that getting into election from an emotive perspective, often or not, then again you find yourself in the same position because you don't vote in the right person. So when you're looking at the options that have come out so far, we have Fred Matiang'i. He says, I'm the man for this job. We have David Maraga, who says, I'm the fresh option. Just to get your perspective of these clear people who've come out, which are these two personalities, what do you think? Can Kenyans lean more towards these characters that have come out?
When I was growing up, we used to go to dances. And before the really dance began, we had these people we used to call curtain raisers. They'll dance in all direction. They really don't have a rhythm. currently, Kenya, we are still looking at curtain raisers. Okay. The really dancers are not yet on the ground. You'll feel them. You'll feel the rhythm. You'll feel direction. So actual dancers have not taken the floor.
Who do you think is going to be those actual dancers? Any idea that you can, any word you can throw around?
It will come up. I don't want to preempt, but actual dancers are coming.
Yeah.
Currently, we have curtain raisers.
So from where you
and
see
remember one thing.
Yeah.
Kenyans are not very foolish.
Okay.
There are things that have been said that are real. Matang is a good brain, but Kenyans still have this thing they feel, because it's related to Nyachai. Nyachai is son of Chief Nyandusi. So you're again going into these stories of funny dynasties.
Yeah.
Does exist in Kenya.
Yeah.
He falls into that trap. Other than the other small things like Yala, which people are talking about, education, this Francis Mburu business, which people are talking about. To me, Matiang'i is a very good brain. But, does he have red blood like yours and mine? Or is it blue? There are questions. There are things that people look at in detail. And the fact that obviously everybody is saying, Matiang'i is Uhuru's candidate.
Okay.
That label has already taken root.
Yeah.
So even if he tries to fight, are you a man of your own? Or is somebody behind you? So Matiang'i would have gone a very long distance, but the introduction of Matiang'i into politics was wrong.
Okay.
Let me put it bluntly like that.
Yeah.
It was wrong. He looked like somebody's stooge. Do Kenyans want somebody's stooge? That's the problem.
Yeah.
But in that working together as opposition, he's a key ally and he'll play a very critical role in the whole game.
Okay. Let's look at this roadmap, because I listened to the former DP saying that we've over time sort of overrated William Ruto, because he doesn't understand the logic of disassociating with 4 to 5 million votes in the Mount Kenya region and looking for 1 million votes, which I believe he was referring to.
For me, it is not just about votes.
Yeah.
What pains me, that at this time in history, you can start spinning a stupid narrative that, Gen Z are Kikuyus. Then I said, okay, I have Lukuyu children. I was with my friend Ekuro Okot. He was saying, I have Tukuyu children. You have Luokuo children. I mean, we are beyond that nonsense. And when a young man who is supposed to be in charge of the Defense Committee in Parliament goes and talks the rubbish I heard in Rift Valley, do they even understand who they are dealing with? You are dealing with a generation that doesn't remember those things you used to do to cling on to power. That, he's one of our own. Ameiba, amekula, lakini anakuja nyumbani, I'm being done this, and you find sympathy. Today, there is no sympathy for those who commit crimes. Even in Kalenjin land itself, in Kikuyu land itself, you commit a crime, there's no mercy. There are no those things of, you remember a long time ago, you say, okay, fine, one of our own is dead, yes, things have happened, they are wrong, so it's a fly that has dropped into a bowl of milk. Just remove the fly and let us drink the milk. Don't pour the whole milk. Those stories don't stand with this generation.
Well, Cyrus, I'm trying to understand the confidence you have in this argument of this generation. We're literally still in the early stages of reconstituting IBC, which you know very well is going to affect the registration of new voters. And you're targeting this young generation, this angry generation. Cyrus, I'm trying to understand the practicality.
You will be making a mistake.
What is that confidence
you cannot rely
to the ballot?
We are not talking about relying on them as people who will vote. But they're extremely influential to their parents, to you too, because you feel for them. You understand they're fighting for something. Whether they'll vote or don't vote, I want to say they have had heavy influence on my decision and on your decision.
Yeah.
If we are parents, and genuine parents, and these are our children, going through the turmoil they are going through, honestly, if they have not touched your heart, then you would easily be another William Ruto.
Cyrus, let's now get a bit practical. You once told me a few years ago that the best way to deal with the society is to put money in the pockets of men. And that way you have a sense of direction in the society because everything falls in place. Let's take a good look at what is happening in Western Kenya, where you come from. He's given the National Assembly Speaker the seat from that region. He's convinced Musalia Mudavadi to fold his own party to join UDA. This is somebody who's constantly carrying out empowerment programs in this region every other weekend in the tune of millions. And we know very well Kenyans are suffering and they don't have money. Convince me that is not going to have a ripple effect in the vote, because at the end of the day, Kenyans, I believe, are going to get to the ballot and they're like, you know what, despite all this hullabaloo and noise, we have money in our pockets. So how then are you going to beat that, especially with the Western region, which is the region you come from?
I think you people have not understood, generally, let me talk about the Luhya community.
Yes.
Very many people have not understood that community. That is a community.
Yeah.
Despite the money we try to spend to convince them, they refuse to vote for Uhuru, with Jirongo, with Musalia, with Okemo, with Philip Masinde, all those fellas who are looked at as the opinion leaders of the region. They refused. And 78% of the vote went to Kibaki. Mike did not have the capacity we had. But he was just there telling them, whatever I eat greens. I suffer like you. Maybe does my skin look different because I eat greens and they eat meat every day? So you people just stand with me. Let's remove these people. Okemo survived by a whisker. I was sent home. Musalia was sent home, and they all voted for Kibaki. Remember again, during the multi-party, when 1992, when multi-party politics started in Kenya, Martin Shikuku did not have anything. And honestly speaking, that election was won by Matiba. We know it. Cannot pronounce themselves winners, but the actual winner was Matiba. And they voted heavily for Matiba. I'm telling you today, last election, the mountain voted for William Ruto. The Luhya nation totally voted in the opposition for Raila. To date, if they have ever been in opposition, is today. Deep in opposition. So when you see individuals that are known nationally serving their personal interests, don't confuse it for the community. Those people are far off. And I don't think it has changed much. Remember, it's a community that has a long history and an experience of violence being meted on communities, and they all go to that area. So really, for them, nothing has changed. If anything, they have only gone further. Maybe in the mountain, we still have a few votes William can get. I don't think they exist in Western. The little he got in Bungoma, I don't think it exists anymore.
You say it hasn't changed much. Let's pose a flip argument. For a long time, Raila Odinga has had a very heavy say in the Mount Kenya region, and primarily it has in Western Kenya, and primarily it has always been an ODM zone. And you say nothing much has changed. Do you think this is the sway? Do you believe ODM still has that sway?
He lost it totally. You can go and do a clear polling and find out what Raila has as a say in the Western region. First of all, even if he had to remain with a few votes, when it came to this issue of broad-based government, and the worst of the seats he took from William, he gives it to Oparanya. Mtu wa kutafuta fuliza. Joho is given something slightly reasonable. Look at the body, takes the best of it. You think the community is not seeing? He doesn't have it anymore. They don't want to hear about it.
Okay. Well, I'm already seeing my colleague right here. Remy, maybe if you have something for Cyrus before we wind down.
Indeed, Alan. Now, Cyrus, sir, one of the first aspects that you've mentioned, one of the key things is we do not seem to understand the man that President William Ruto is, right? So you've known him for a while. You were there during the Moi regime. And one of the headlines and articles is that he's a man who follows the philosophy of philosopher Machiavelli. Right? And what we're seeing right now is an attribute of such aspects of what Machiavelli inscribes. So how was young President William Ruto? And is he truly the progeny of former President Moi?
You can't compare William to Moi, for instance. You can't. I don't know why people are giving a philosophy to the leadership. Once I love your shows, Remy. You do very well, Ovino does very well. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know why you want to give a philosophy to William's leadership. There is none. He came into power and he looked at it as the biggest business, so he has come to take money. He has no philosophy behind it.
Yeah.
So when people try to philosophize, try and find out his thought process, there is none. You are looking for a thought process where it doesn't exist. If out of desperation to amass wealth, I can force tears out of my eyes on the pulpit with the Bible in my hands, just because I want the ego, he's got a very powerful ego.
Yeah.
Because really, I don't know where those tears will come from. Yet I have no intent of providing any leadership. My intention is just to go there and loot and go. So the best thing Ruto can do for us,
yes,
we can forgive what he has done. Let him just even say, okay, you Kenyans, the hatred in the air is too much. Let me just go home. I leave you people to elect whoever you want to elect.
Okay. Well, I think he stated it very clearly right there. Cyrus Jirongo has said the best that the head of state, President William Ruto, can do, and they'll actually be forgiven, or forgive him rather, for that, is to just come out and say that, you know what, y'all hated me a bit too much and I've tried my best as the head of state. It's time for me to exit. That's if he loses the 2027 elections, because the president has been very clear. Wait for 2027, present your manifesto, I'll present what I've done, let Kenyans decide. As I've always said, time will tell. I'm Alan Owino, and of course, goes without saying, my guest has been Cyrus Jirongo, former Lugari legislator and businessman.
Indeed. And coming up shortly on Amka Vibe Check is how AI is reshaping our relationships, whether it comes from, familial or just platonic or those romantic relationships. So we'll be having that right after the break with my guests, Rick and Brandy. Do stay with us. We'll be back with more.